It's time for our topic of the week. After experiencing a sharp decline last year, car sales in Indonesia have begun to show a sign of recovery as sales have begun to increase ahead of the annual Idul-Fitri holidays.
The latest sales data released by the Association of Indonesian Automotive Industries, or GAIKINDO, indicate car sales in the domestic market reached 72,295 cars in February 2025, 17% increase from 61,932 cars in January. If compared to the sales in February 2024, there was an increase of 2.15%. GAIKINDO Secretary General Kukuh Kumara said that the increase in sales in February was quite encouraging because it occurred when the country's economy and the people's purchasing power had yet to show any improvement. The increase is a breath of fresh air following the sluggish car sales throughout 2024, when the annual car sales did not even reach 1 million. The Indonesian car sales outlook for 2025 is cautiously optimistic. GAIKINDO estimates the annual sales will only range between 750,000 to 900,000, just within the levels recorded in 2024, but with the possibility of further declines. After falling sharply to 887,202 cars in 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the national car sales rebounded to 1 million levels in 2022 and 2023. However, the sales fell back below 1 million cars in 2024 amid the decline in the people's purchasing power. In 2024, Indonesia's total wholesale car sales amounted to 865,723 units, down 13.9% year-on-year from 1 million in 2023. For Indonesian Muslims, Idul-Fitri is not just the end of the month of Ramadan, but it is also the time to go mudik, or return to hometowns to reunite with their relatives. The people usually wear new clothes, new shoes, or even buy new cars to celebrate the most important festivals of the Muslims. Retail industry in Indonesia, including car producers, consider Ramadan and Idul-Fitri as the most important shopping season to boost sales. This is why GAIKINDO hopes sales in February and March will significantly increase from those in other months. Meanwhile, Indonesia's car exports also showed positive results, with an increase of around 10% compared to January 2025 and a further increase from the same period in 2024. According to the latest data, the Philippines is Indonesia's largest vehicle export destination, especially for commercial vehicles. In addition, demand for the MPV and 7-seater from Latin America, such as Mexico, is also on the rise. Based on GAIKINDO wholesale data, the Toyota Kijang Innova Zenix is still the king of Indonesian automotive leader. The mixture of the Toyota Kijang Innova Reborn and Zenix became the best-selling cars in Indonesia last month. In total, the Toyota Kijang Innova sold 6,008 cars. In second place is the Honda Brio. Sales of the Honda Brio, including the Brio RS and Brio Satya, reached 5,497 cars. And in third place is the Daihatsu Sigra with wholesale sales of 3,296 cars. In the list of 20 best-selling cars in February 2025, there's only one non-Japanese car. It is the BYD M6 electric car that recorded sales of 1,093 cars. The BYD M6 ranked 18th best-selling car in February 2025.
After a sharp decline in most parts of year 2024, car sales in the domestic market rebounded sharply in February this year, and the upward trend is expected to continue in March as people gear up for the annual Idul-Fitri holiday season. So today we have our guest Kukuh Kumara, the Secretary General of the Association of the Indonesian Car Producers, or GAIKINDO, and we will talk about the recovery in car sales and the strategy to maintain this growth momentum. Hello, Pak Kukuh.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you back here on Economic Outlook. Now, Pak Kukuh, after suffering a significant downfall throughout the year 2024, how is the outlook of the local car market for this year?
Yes, thank you. I think it's encouraging that we have data showing improvement in February compared to January. But it is too early for us to set up a more ambitious target. Thanks also that we have Ramadan and also Lebaran soon coming. Usually this is also provide expectation that the market will be improved. So we kind of use this event of Lebaran as an event to improve the wholesale of the vehicles. And this time is also a great time because the Lebaran will be at the end of the month of March. And with the position that Lebaran is at the end of the March, we have more working days. So hopefully we have provide potential customer to do their event to buy new vehicles a lot more compared to usually if the holiday is in the middle of the month.
I see. Now, as you just mentioned just now, Pak Kukuh, that the car sales rebounded in February and perhaps later on in March. However, the surge could be due to seasonal demand as it occurs ahead of the Idul-Fitri homecoming season. Do you think that this growth momentum can still be maintained even after the Lebaran and holidays is over?
Yes, we would like to find a way to maintain, but once again, this rebounding is not only for the Idul-Fitri or Lebaran, but also related with the whole economy of the country. Hopefully that the economy can be improved as soon as possible, and with the expectation to have 8% growth, we maintain our optimism that we can improve the wholesale of the vehicles and production as well during the whole year of 2025.
Exactly. The condition of the economy in Indonesia now is still pretty unstable, and the forecast is still rather gloomy. However, with this current market condition, do you think that it is still feasible to reach this year's target of 750,000 and 900,000 unit cars, Pak Kukuh?
Yes, we work with all our members, and also we communicate with the government on issue regarding the automotive industry. And some of the government officials also understand, especially on the provincial government. As we all aware that last year we have an issue with the what we call the local vehicle tax through the option. And finally, thanks that the number of provincial government understand the situation, and they provide incentive by not increasing the whole vehicle tax, regional vehicle tax. On the other way, that this year regional vehicle tax will be maintained same as last year. That's why you can see in January a slightly slow, but in February, when people understand that the tax is not increased compared to last year, people start to buy the vehicles. So we have expecting that this year it could be maintained until the economic is really recovering.
Mm-hmm. Well, the good news now, Pak Kukuh, that I think people are getting more interested into purchasing the electric vehicles, especially with the new car brands that are coming in from China. But however, the declining purchasing power is still there. Do you think that the sales can come back to the 1 million figure for next year?
We expect that way. We expect that we can rebound to 1 million total wholesale, but a number of conditions need to be met, especially with declining on the purchasing power of the people need to be recovered as well. So when the people purchasing power are improved, then they can buy a car, because our data show that the price of the vehicle also increased by 7.5% annually, while the income level of most of the middle class is only increased by about 3%. So there is a gap on that one. So if we can improve the buying power, then hopefully then we can come back to 1 million and even beyond 1 million, because the potential is there.
Well, it comes back to improving the economy of the country. Now, Pak Kukuh,
yes.
From GAIKINDO itself, can you tell us about the plan of the upcoming events later on this year to boost up sales?
Yes, starting in end of July, we will have our annual auto show, which is, I think, is not so many people know that our show, Kias, in end of July, now becoming the third largest auto show in the world after China. So we should use the event to boost our sales domestically, as well as to improve our image, our capability in producing the vehicles. And beyond the kiosks in ISPSD, we will have a series of kiosks, which is going to be in Surabaya, Semarang, Bandung, and Makassar.
Okay, Pak Kukuh, and what are your expectations from GIAS, and perhaps what can the government do in order to give more incentives, perhaps to help the people to be more encouraged and confident to buy more, more cars for them?
Yes, from our side, we expect that we will have a grand plan of the auto industry policy, which is for middle and longer term, because automotive industry is basically a commitment for longer term industry. So if we have a policy which is quite consistent, longer term, we will be able to produce vehicles which are quite competitive. Quality is also good, and we would like also to increase our contribution by exporting more vehicles to more countries in the world, because as you can see from the data that you have been shown, that we exported to more than 90 countries in the world. And it is interestingly that beyond Philippines as the largest destination for export CPU vehicles, we also already export to Mexico, which is right now is number 3 as the largest destination of our CPU export vehicles.
All right, thank you so much for that information right there, Pak Kukuh. And thank you for being here on Economic Outlook. We'll have you back again next time. Thank you and good luck.